Google Classroom overview on how all the basics work. So if you're in your Wake ID, your Google Classroom is right here. It looks like the chalkboard. When you go into it, it's going to look like this. If you need to start a new classroom, you just click the plus button up in the right-hand corner to make a new class. So once you have a class, you can go into it. Your class code, if your kids do not have it already, is up here in the corner, so you can just email them the code so then they know how to get into the classroom. So that is always up here. A couple things. This is the stream. So on your stream is a great place for you to just put announcements and not assignments. In order for you to change that setting, it's up here in the settings. I have mine set so classwork on the stream, and I hid all the notifications. If you don't hide them, every single thing that you post is going to show up here on the stream, and it just makes a lot of things show up all at once. So I just leave it so that notifications are hidden. So the only thing that is on this page is just if I have an announcement for them. Classwork then is under where it says classwork. So if you don't have the hide notifications turned on, everything is going to show up in this one place, and it might be hard for your kids to find their things. So I have it on so that they are forced to go into classwork to find everything. Over here are all of the different topics that I have it sorted into so that it makes it easier for them to find all of their things. This is also where you can make different folders for specials and for any other teachers that you would like to have their own folder for. So in order to create topics, you just click create and then topic down here at the bottom, and then that will make it have a new folder. So I need another folder for Mr. Lopez so that he can add anything that he needs for his kids. Once I put it in there, I have it right there. I want my essential core stuff that is going to be for every kid to be all the way at the top. So you can just drag each of the folders to wherever you want it to. So I have the other teacher's stuff down here at the bottom. It just makes it easier since not every student is going to need all of their stuff. So that is how you can make different topics that makes it easier for them to find all of their stuff. If you would like to create an assignment, click create an assignment, and we're going to give it a title. And here you can type any directions that you need, and then you can add anything. You can do a YouTube video, you can do a file from your computer, you can add a link if you just want them to go to a certain website, and then you can add a file from your Google Drive. So this is the file that I just created for them. This part is very, very important. This right here is going to be very helpful for you. If you would like your students to be able to type right on the slides, but you don't want everyone to be able to see their work, I always have it set to make a copy for each student. This is also very important because if you have it set that students can edit the file, they can go and change anything that you've done on that file. So they would be able to edit anything on those slides, which means if somebody else went on and they deleted something on accident, the other students wouldn't be able to see it. So if it's for the whole entire class, I always do it for make a copy for each student, because then if they accidentally delete something, it will only delete it on theirs and everyone else's will be fine. Over here, if you are assigning it just to one of your kids, you can check all of the other students off and then just choose the student that you want to assign certain things to. So if you're doing different groups for a project, you can just assign it to certain kids depending on what you're doing, or you can leave it set to all students. You can also do it for multiple classes. So if you are team teaching with another teacher, you can click on multiple classes so that the same assignment goes to different people. This is also helpful that if, say, fourth grade was all doing the same assignment, I could add every teacher on here, and then we could just assign it to the entire fourth grade all at once. So that is a neat tool. You can change it to ungraded, especially now that we're not grading anything. If you would like, just so that they have kind of idea of when they should finish things so that it's not piling up for them, you can give them a due date. So we'll say April 17th. This is where you're going to put it into a folder. So my topic is going to be math. If you have a rubric when you do grade things, you can add a rubric right there. Now up here in the corner, if you click assign, it's going to immediately assign it right to your classroom. I don't want this to go live until we start on the 13th, so I'm going to do schedule. I'm going to do it on the 13th, and you can even set a time so that they can't access it before you want them to. And then click schedule. And now it shows up gray because this is not active for the kids right now. So anything that is gray means that it will show up, and it will tell you the date and time over here where it's going to be. You can attach things from your Google Calendar so that if you have assignments, they will show up on your calendar if that's the way that you're keeping track of things. Everything that they submit also goes to a class drive folder. So if you click on this, it takes you right to your drive. And any assignment that they've submitted, it goes to this folder. This way, if you have students that are all submitting something, you can find them all in the same place. So it lays out every single student. This makes it much easier to be able to see all of their work all at once rather than having to go on one at a time. The last couple things, if you need to add a teacher onto your list, you just click it right here. And you can just put their name or email, and it will invite them to be a teacher. And then all of your students should be underneath here. If you want a parent to be able to access their classroom, you can invite their parent to be a part of it. And then we don't need grades right now, but in the future, there is a spot for grades that it can keep track of everybody's grades all at once.